is up, viewers? Patrick from Williamsburg, Blue Pirate Games galore here, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to a very special video. And what's the reason for today's video? Well, on this date in 2022, the Williamsburg School Board appointed Jerry Palmer as the varsity boys baseball head coach for this season. And in today's very special video, I'm going to be sharing some memories and tell some stories and just reflect on my very first season as the team's videographer during Jerry's very first year as the varsity head coach. I hope you viewers enjoyed today's video, and let's get right into it. So, before I get to the baseball, I'm going to talk a little bit about basketball, because Jerry Palmer did have a part of basketball. He wasn't the coach or anything like that, but he was our bus driver, and he took us to just about every I don't want to say baseball game, because baseball doesn't happen in winter. Basketball game. So, just about every playoff basketball game. So, the ICC championship game, he took us to that game. He took us to the first game of the the first playoff game of the season. District 6 championship. And I do want to mention also that in these videos, I'm also going to be playing you clips of videos, and I'm going to also be telling you about an upcoming video that I'm going to be putting up that I posted on my other channel, but I'll post it today since today is a very special occasion. So, I'm first going to start with a story. So, we're going to go all the way back to February of this year. It is, and I have this dated on my phone too. Let me see if I can find the date. February 21st, 2023. So, this is the week after we won the ICC championship for the varsity girls basketball team. And it just so happened to be Jerry Palmer's birthday. So after the game, we went to the U.S. Outdoor Tavern, and we got to sing happy birthday to him, and we got to have a nice time together with the players and with the coaches, and obviously with Jerry Palmer, since it was his very special day. And we were on our way home, and I had my camera and tripod with me, and I got to record my very first, actually, it turned out to be my second escort that I ever recorded. But this is the first one where I was using a new camera and a tripod that I've used for other videos, and videos recorded, put up on Facebook, put up on YouTube, and it wasn't the very next day, but on that date, Tuesday, February 21st of this year. So I was at lunch. I had just gotten back from CTC. In case you viewers didn't know what program I was in back in those CTC days, those 3 years, I was in the service occupations program, which was originally known as just culinary arts. You do cooking, you do dishes, you do a lot of what I did for social occupations was cooking and doing dishes and stuff and preparing for banquets. But what I did in my senior year was I worked in a store, and there was a story about a game where one of my teammates comes into the school store and mentions something that you probably never hear too often. But anyways, so I get home from CTC, home school from CTC, and I stay with my usual people, which would be Alex Brantner, Zach Kegerice, Justin Brubaker, Lily Neary, and Bailey Detweiler. So, I sit in my usual spot, eat my lunch. All of a sudden, I don't know if I started mentioning about it or Alex Brantner started talking, but anyways, Alex Brantner starts talking, and he mentions that Jerry Palmer mentioned to his players that I guess apparently he doesn't like to be recorded or or he doesn't like to be mentioned on Facebook or something like that. Well, anyways, so of course that got me concerned because I had recorded the escort on Saturday after the ICC Championship victory, and I of course was not intending to do any harm. So, anyways, so I was concerned that Jerry was going to kick me off his bus. Because, like I said, that day we were heading up to Huntington to cheer on our varsity boys who went on to lose that game against Juniata Valley. And that was the thought. Well, of course, Bailey and Lily reassured me that that's not going to happen. So, right before the game starts, Jerry hasn't even showed up yet. Actually, he starts showing up, and we're walking to get our stuff to the bus, and Jerry says, "Hey, Patrick, I need to talk to you." And so I walk up, and I get near him, and and then he goes to my and then he starts talking to. Then he says to my assistant or my head coach, Melissa McGee. He says, "Melissa, you might want to hear this." Now he didn't really say that, but I'm just saying it just to make sure this video, or not this video. Well, the videos are recording, but make sure the story is clear. So, Melissa's on this, or Melissa's hearing into this, and of course, my thought is Jerry kicking me off his bus for recording an escort, especially his very special escort because of it being his how many of birthday. Well, guess what? Instead of Jerry kicking me off his bus, he actually thanked me for recording it. And, that was a good feeling because, it was no harm, and, we don't now Jerry luckily Jerry doesn't have a bad side, at least on the cheerleader, or at least with the cheerleaders. So that was good news. So then actually, let me just mention this before we continue. I will be putting up the escort videos today after this video. So if you just want to see the escort that I recorded on Jerry Palmer's birthday, and also I also did the District 6 Championship game escort video. Those will be up on the channel sometime today if you guys want to see it. So anyways, so now we go to baseball. Okay, so Jerry Palmer, this is his first year as head coach of the varsity boys baseball team. And the memories are going to start with Mount Union. Now, Mount Union was a very bad game. We lost 18-1. And there was one moment during the game where Jerry actually yelled at somebody. Now, he yelled at people a lot. Now, I don't want to say a lot, but you're going to see a lot of videos where Jerry is yelling at somebody for some reason. And Mount Union's the very first game where Jerry does exactly that. So we make a pitching change, and Sam Parks comes in, and all of a sudden, he's about to pitch. He makes a huge mistake, and all of a sudden, the ump yells balk. A run comes home. So one of their runners goes from third to home, and we're down by how much? I don't even remember. But anyways, Jerry just starts yelling at Sam Parks for that balk. And I'm going to play you a clip of that for you right now.
Stand there and do nothing. That bad at all. You gotta listen. That's all.
So Mount Union wasn't the only time that Jerry yelled at one of his players for a balk. He would do the exact same thing against Bellwood, and this involved Rowan Gorsuch. He was pitching. Now, obviously, what was different about the one that Rowan Gorsuch committed than Sam Parks was Rowan didn't even know what he did. Jerry didn't really yell at him, but of course he probably reacted in a bad way because of what happened. And the same thing happened. But actually, the Bellwood game was not just bad because we lost that game 11-2, but Jerry Palmer wasn't even heard in that game. Now, what happened was, now of course I thought, Jerry might have had a cold. He might have had to leave the game early because of a cold. And so I was so concerned about, Jerry Palmer and not hearing him during the game that I went on Messenger and I messaged Megan Palmer, who is Jerry's daughter, by the way. And I said, I mentioned about what happened, or basically I said, is Jerry Palmer okay? And, Megan tells me he's fine. Well, I tell her that, Jerry Palmer was not heard during the Bellwood game, and I was concerned because either he was unconscious or he left the game because of a cold. Because basically, Dooner was doing his job. And it was like Dooner was taking Jerry's job. Now, that's bad for me because if Jerry's not... So, if I don't hear Jerry talking in a video, like in a baseball game, when I'm videoing it, the video is not good. It's not exciting. It's not cool. It's not funny. It's just not that good. And that's why Jerry Palmer is the reason, one of the reasons why, I enjoyed doing what I was doing. So that was one crazy moment during the season. Some good moments I will mention are, Jerry was a part of it. So the very first game against Mount Union, Preston Long is up to bat, and he hits it, and Jerry yells, "Atta baby!" No, he didn't say it that way. He said, "Atta baby!" like that. And him saying that and Preston hitting that single came at the right time. And I'm going to play you footage of that moment for you right now.
Atta baby!
So another favorite memory during varsity season, Jerry's first year of varsity baseball head coaching, is during the Penns Manor game. So Jerry is coaching. Luke Uplinger is pitching. It was I believe it was a 1-1 count. Yeah, 1-1 count. And Luke throws the ball. Batter misses it, and it's so good. Jerry says, "Lucas Uplinger, huh?" And then moments later, he wants to know the nickname of Luke Uplinger. And I think it was Parker Crownover that said Uppy. So then Jerry's like, "Let's go, Uppy! One time here, one time, Uppy." Luke throws it. Batter misses it. Strikes him out. And what a great moment. I'm going to also play you a clip of that for you right now.
Lukey, Uplinger, huh? One ball, 2 strikes. Go, Uppy! One time here, one time, Uppy. Nice. Get it.
So another favorite moment during Jerry Palmer's first year as head coach occurred against Moshannon Valley. We won that game 8-7. Parker Crownover hit the game-winning walk-off base hit. And before all that occurred, there were 3 great Jerry Palmer moments. So the first one occurred in the bottom of the first inning. He says, well, it's actually, I'm not going to play a clip of it, but he says, "Let's go, Uppy! One time, Uppy!" And that's during the bottom of the first inning. Ultimately, it was a 1-2-3 inning. We didn't even manage. We weren't even able to get a run on first. Here's the real moment where I'll play a clip. So the first one is during the top of the second inning. I'm filming, and Jerry's sitting on a bench near the fence where I'm filming, and I'm not sure who's up to bat, but Jerry was talking to somebody about basketball and have to do with the Lakers, and and Jerry says something really nice and I don't want to say cute, but it was really nice and very kind, and some of you don't really hear that too often from a head coach. So I'll play a clip of that coming up. The second moment occurred in the bottom of, I can't remember what inning it was. Maybe it was the second. Jerry says, "Big AB," and in case the viewers didn't know, a lot of our baseball players have nicknames. So Alex Brandner's is AB, Kane Sousa's is Croc, Luke's is Uppy, but sometimes I call Luke Lucas if something really good happens and I get really enthusiastic in my play-by-play. Colton Wagner's is Wags, Colton Verblance's is Skip, and the list goes on. So Alex Brandner's up to bat. The first pitch is thrown, and it's a strike. But I guess Alex thought it was a ball. Well, then he turns around, and all of a sudden Jerry says, I'm trying to remember what he said. I can't remember the first part, but good thing I got a clip of this. This clip actually made into this moment actually made into the top 10 plays of the week because, I know the first part he said. I think he said, got a little time there, and then he says, Alex, I'll have to sit you down right now. You don't blame me for this. Look at some pitches. You get 3. And then Alex talks back at Jerry and saying he would wing it. And Brian Wydell, who was sitting, he didn't play until I think it was, well, at home I think it was Norman Bedford. He starts laughing, and Jerry says bunt then. Well, then Alex Brantner hits it normally and gets a single, and that's the second moment during the game. And then the third moment, and probably one of my favorite moments, so we were on defense, and I believe he's talking to Logan Brantner, and he says, a little chatter, buddy, hey, one time. And then Sam Parks, he was out in the dugout, outside the dugout, and then Sam says, one time, and it's just so, dude, that moment's just so funny. I'm going to play you all 3 of those clips for you right now.
Anticipate that down the line. Go, Andre.
You videoing again. Boy, you're something.
Here, Andre.
That's good. I like watching. Big AB.
You want to hear it? There you go.
Get the timing down. Don't, Alex, I'll sit you down right now. Come on, don't blame me for you. You look at some pitches. You get 3.
I'm not swinging.
Bunt then. That's the attitude.
Dig it. There it is! Yay!
Second pitch.
Hey, we're good about it.
You got a park? Little chatter there, Logan. Little chatter, bud. Hey, one time.
One time.
Another moment during the Moshannon Valley game that I'm not going to be able to remember where the video happens, but Jerry's talking to his players, and he says he's talking to them about something, and a player had to tell him that actually Luke had to tell Jerry that he was an illegal pitcher. Jerry was referring about the West Branch game where we thought we won 6-5, but we actually lost 7-0 by forfeit. because Luke was a legal pitcher, and that's what wiped out the Preston Long walk-off home run. So, that occurred. Another moment that also occurred during that game, and I'm going to try to see if I can find footage. There's going to be audio, or is audio. But Jerry, so Jerry's talking to the, to one of the, I believe it was one of the parents, and he says about, he says if our pitching doesn't, our pitching, if our batting doesn't improve, Jerry said that he would force his players to practice in the rain. And I'm going to play you that clip for you right now.
DJ's done, remember we said you were going to do it.
Jerry, I have all the coaches' stuff and the jackets, so I have to leave. So I will. You guys practice tomorrow?
I usually don't, but I will because the rain's going to rain. So we usually practice. So we're going to rain all week. We can't do no weekend like we usually do.
I can throw you one here.
Especially unless we turn this around. We play like this, man, practice in the rain.
So the rest of the season for Jerry Palmer went okay. We ended the season with a record of 9-12. After the Moshan Valley game, we would win the Juniata Valley game 7-1. Which that game was the coldest game I'd ever filmed. I've filmed in the rain this year during softball, and I filmed in the cold during Juniata Valley in varsity baseball. We would then lose 14-9 in our final home game before we went on an 8-game road stand. We lost the first one, 13-3, won the second 6-5, lost the third 12-1, won the fourth 7-1, lost the fifth 6-3. Actually, that was the sixth. Lost the seventh 2-0, and then lost the eighth 8-3. No, that was the seventh. The JV was the seventh. Moshan Valley was the sixth. West Branch was the fifth. And the final one was against Bellwood. We beat them 13-3. So then it was senior night. We were recognizing Alex Brantner, Colton Verbonis, Colton Wagner, Brian Waddell. That game was a total disaster. We lost that game 15-0. Our offense was really bad. We struggled. And after the game, Jerry mentioned about, we should not be swinging on the very first pitch. That was our problem during the game. And the very next game that we played, we went on the road to take on Tussey Mountain. We lost that game. So then we started playoffs. Our first game was against Black Lake Valley at Nantiglow. And one thing you viewers probably didn't know about that game was that okay. This is going to get interesting. Now, I'm sure Jerry's going to be watching this, so he's probably going to like this part. So, basically, the game was coming up, and I really wanted to go to this game because it was not only my first playoff, it would not only be my first playoff game. Well, it was found out that it was on a Monday. And guess what was Monday? It was our senior awards. So, of course, I was talking to the person up front about, would we be able to get a score early, to be able to have the game, or dismiss the whole school. Well, of course, that idea was thrown out the window, and so I decided to make a petition and have not the whole school, but like a couple friends from Miss Parks's class, which she taught physical science. That was the class I was in with her. And then some of Miss Meadows' kids, and I had some people sign a petition to get us out of school early so that we could be able to go to Nantiglow to watch our varsity boys baseball team play. Well, anyways, it went to the office, and I don't even know what Miss Frederick said about it. she didn't tell me anything about that. But I'm sure that she was pretty surprised whenever she saw a petition that had like I don't even know how many signatures there was in that petition, but there was a good number of signatures. There were so many kids that wanted to get out of school early just to go to Nancy Glow to watch our varsity boys play. So obviously that didn't happen. Although I was still able to go to the game and film it. I had to fill out an excuse form. Actually, my parent had to fill out an excuse form, so I could get out. So I went to CTC, and then I got out of CTC. Well, actually, I went on the bus. We stopped somewhere. I think it was near the fire hall. Dropped off our baseball players. They got on Jerry's bus, and then they made their way to Nancy Glow, and then our CTC bus driver, dropped us off at the school. I got off the bus, went into my mom's vehicle, went home, got my stuff. We made our way to Nancy Glow, and we had a really good game. We beat Blacklick Valley by a final score of 9-0, and there were some great plays. And one of the coolest moments during that game, now I don't know if Jerry would find this one cool, but so one of the Blacklick Valley players is up to bat. It's hit. Alex Brantner mishandles the ball. He picks it up. Logan Brantner is going towards first, and all three of them collide with the Blacklick Valley runner. And if you viewers haven't seen that video, I'm going to play you a clip of that video for you right now.
Right into the star.
First pitch is hit and mishandled and a collision at first.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. You all right, Logan?
Who got that?
Take deep breath.
Okay.
And we have an injured player for Blacklick Valley.
Deep breath.
We will step aside and take a commercial. We will come back.
So after the Blacklick Valley game, we played Bishop Guilfoyle at Vets Field in Altoona, and it was a really nice field. There was some train tracks in the background that were covered by trees, and while I was recording the game, trains were going by and stuff, and man, it was hard to try to record the game and then focus on the trains that were going by and stuff. And so anyways, we went on to lose that game 11-6. Alex Brantner had a inside the park home run, and there was various other moments, including a Luke Uplinger single on a very successful bunt. And after that loss, that was the end of the season for Jerry Palmer and the end of the season for me. Of course, I went on to do 14U and the All-Star Tournament, and then wait to see if we were going to be able to have our 17U team. So Jerry Palmer was supposed to be the head coach of the 17U team, but for some reason he decided not to do it. I guess he didn't want to do it, or there was some reason. Jerry probably knows. So Jerry Lauer and Mike Reffner are the head coaches of the 17U baseball team. And one cool moment that I will also mention right now, and so I got to see Jerry Palmer at my graduation party. I decided to invite him, and there was a moment where my mom was recording, me opening up cards and reading them and thanking the people that wrote the card or got the cards and gave me the cards and stuff. And there's this one moment that involved some stuff that Jerry Palmer gave me, and I'm going to play you that clip right now.
Hey, I said he's the last one, so might as well.
Yeah.
We got ours is still really good. All right. First of all, we got.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it.
It's a patch for on a coat.
Nice. It's a.
So I think. Yeah, I'll sew it on it for him.
And that was called the older days of Letterman?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Here it comes.
thanks for everything and for being you. Congrats on your high school graduation. Thanks for all your hard work and cheering and videos. Hope to see you next year in baseball. And then this one says, thank you. Your thoughtfulness was greatly appreciated. Jerry Palmer.
Oh, you are his hero, you know that. One of many, but all right, look at that. Open it up and show everybody.
Yeah.
Look at that. Now you can be official when you're filming.
Let me know.
What size is it? Yeah. Good. Wait. Well, thank you.
So overall, Jerry's very first season as head coach of the varsity boys baseball team was nice. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed documenting his first year. A moment I didn't mention is Sam Parks catches the ball and Jerry Palmer has to yell at him because he I guess there was almost interference, and that was a crazy moment. And that was the second time that Jerry had to yell at Sam Parks for a reason. So anyways, so it was a great season, and I am definitely 100% looking forward to recording Jerry Palmer's team next year. I hope he's still doing it. He probably still is. So shout out to Jerry Palmer. I can't wait to do it again next year. That's going to do it for today's special video. Thank you, viewers, for watching. I hope you enjoyed me telling you stories and memories of Jerry Palmer. If you have a memory of Jerry Palmer or a story you want to share that has to do with sports this year, put them down in the comments, either on YouTube or in the... I'm going to also put this on the Williamsburg Blue Pirate Games Galore Facebook page, Facebook group, and you can share those thoughts and stories and memories in the comments as well. Well, thank you, viewers, for watching. Be sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you can be the first one to see all the new content and all the new uploads. And be sure you share these videos. If you have any friends that, either friends or family, or anybody that likes to watch Williamsburg sports and wants to see some Williamsburg sports on video, share these videos. Let them have the opportunity to be able to watch some Williamsburg sports. And thank you, viewers, for watching. And as always, until the next video, this is Patrick from Williamsburg Blue Pirate Games Galore, signing off.